If you have ADHD and you're always thinking about food, here is the question that most people do not ask themselves. Most people think they're either just always hungry or that they're addicted to food. But the question you need to ask yourself is, what is it I actually need right now? Because is it that I need food, or is it that my brain is understimulated and it's asking me for something? Now, if we turn back the clocks quite a few years now, like 10 plus years, I used to genuinely think that I was broken, obsessed, addicted when it came to food. Like, food had this hold over me. I was just always thinking about food. Like, it would almost be this unconscious, subconscious habit where I drift into the kitchen and I'd be like looking through the cupboards, what can I have? And like grabbing cereal from the box, because that's just what I did. And I just thought I just constantly wanted food. You know, I wasn't hungry at all. I was far from it. I'd be doing this straight after dinner. I'd be doing this, you know, just before dinner. I'm sure if you've got, you know, ADHD, you can maybe relate to this. But I wasn't hungry. I was just restless. I was exhausted. I wasn't happy. And food became the fastest way to change how I felt. It became something that completely changed the energy of how I was feeling. The numb, the anxious, the sad feeling. You know, food acts very, very quickly. It gives you a very, very quick dopamine hit. It's predictable. And that's what food became for me. Because when our dopamine levels do drop, for whatever reason, whether we're understimulated, whether we're overstimulated, whether we're dysregulated, whatever it is, your brain just wants out ASAP, right? And our brain learns over time by repetition that when we have food, it changes that. Food is predictable, it's sensory, it's fast acting, and that can become a default regulator without you realizing, right? Sugar, highly palatable foods, they create these really, 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 really quick dopamine spikes, which is why you can be craving food, seeking for food, even if after you've just eaten. And I know how awful that feels, how broken you can feel where, you know, you've just eaten a big meal and you're still thinking about food. You're doing other things that are exciting, but you're not thinking about that. You're not thinking about the people you're with. You're not listening to the conversations because all you're thinking about is food. And it makes you feel broken. It makes you feel weak. It makes you feel lazy. It makes you feel greedy. But that's because you've been asking yourself the wrong questions. You know, what is wrong with me? Why am I so addicted to food? Rather than, what is it I'm actually needing? Why is this happening? And when we try to work on this, you know, when I tried to work on it, I was like, right, I just need to be stricter on myself. I just need to eat less, you know? I just need to get a grip of myself, try harder, be more disciplined. But what you're trying to do there is fix the wrong problem, right? It's like trying to fix a broken leg with painkillers. Like, it might short-term help a little bit, but you're not actually fixing the root problem, the real problem. And that broken leg is still going to be there. And that's why if you do just try, have more discipline, willpower, get the food out of the house, it works for a little bit until it doesn't, because you haven't actually solved the reason why you're going back to food again and again and again in the first place. So the goal isn't to have more discipline, stop eating, you know, it's understanding what it is your brain needs. It's not calories, it's not sugar, it's not crisps, it's not biscuits, it's regulation. It's dopamine, it's stimulation, it's understanding what it is that you need. And this is why when a client will ever come to me struggling with overeating, I don't just go, right, well, here's your calories, let's have some discipline and willpower, off you go. It's like, right, well, why? Let's figure out why you are. And from there, you can then start to build strategies. You can build, if it is dopamine that you're needing, you can build your own dopamine regulation system. And lucky for you, I have a whole guide on ways that you can actually build more dopamine into your routine. And I will link that in the description for you to go and download for free, because I am such a good, nice person. You're welcome. That's my act of kindness for you. All I ask in return is you make sure that you hit like on this video and drop a subscribe if you have not already, because the views and the subscribers ain't mathing at the moment. So please do. I would very much appreciate it. If it's that you are understimulated, we look at things to fill that void. If it is things like emotional regulation tools, we look at things that support your regulation. So I cannot just say blanket statement that everyone will be in the same boat here, but there will be a reason. And you need to understand why it is that you are turning to food and start to ask yourself the right questions, not the shame, judgment-based questions, the questions that get curious. Why is it I'm going to food? Why does my brain keep going back? And that why is then the thing to fix. Not the discipline, not the willpower, that thing. Because you're not lacking control, right? You're not lacking discipline. The problem is you've just been trying to fix the wrong problem. And that is why you are in this constant cycle. Now, when it comes to more emotional-based eating, one of the biggest foods that we tend to go to is sugar. And lucky for you guys, if that is something you resonate with, I've got a full video covering how to manage and regulate sugar cravings specifically with ADHD. Yes, I'm gifting you something else because I am just the best. So again, if you check the description, I will link that video there as well. But what I want you to take from today, guys, is this. You need to start asking yourself the right questions, because despite what other coaches, programs, social media has made you believe, or even just the own internal shame, you are not broken. You are not greedy. You are not lacking willpower. You've simply been using food as a tool for something, and you need to go and figure out what that something is if you want to get out of that start-stop cycle and stop feeling like food has control over you. In future videos as well, I will be going into more of these strategies in detail. So please, again, like I've mentioned, drop me a subscribe because they will be coming. And if there is something that you would like me to specifically talk about as well, again, just let me know in the comments because I will produce a video on that. But over and out for today, and I'll catch you on the next one.